Hello, and welcome to episode 24 of Made with Carlenergy, otherwise known as the most neglected knitting podcast ever. I'm Carlene, and it has been well over a year since I last sat down to record an episode. Actually, I have sat down to record episodes several times over the past year and a couple months, but technology keeps getting in the way of me getting that uploaded and out on YouTube. I'm really not great with that. And then I just let life take over. And it started to become really nerve-wracking to sit down and do this again. And so, first of all, I really want to apologize to all my subscribers, all my viewers. I know I just kind of disappeared and didn't offer any explanation as to why I had stopped putting episodes out and talking to you guys. And I have felt really bad about that, and that has also been a factor in not knowing how to sit down and do this again. So to make a very long story, a year and so long story short, the last time I recorded was in, I think, May 2016. No, 2015 it must have been. No, 2016. Yeah, it hasn't been that long. And so that was May, and in June I made the decision to move to Arizona with my boyfriend at the time. He was going to school out there for his master's in creative writing, and asked if I maybe would like to move out there with him and be with him during his program. So that's what happened. I moved last September, so by June we had kind of made the decision that I would go, and then in July we took a road trip out there together, and then I flew back and worked in New York for a couple more months, and then I flew out there to live in Arizona in Tucson last September. So that's where I've been. I've been in Tucson, but now I am back in Pine Beach, New Jersey, where my parents live. So this is their house behind me. I'm staying at their house for the time being until I figure out what's next, because that relationship in Arizona did not work out, which sucked and was sad, and it was a lot of stress, but it wasn't what either of us wanted, so we broke up, and I decided to move back here, which was a really tough decision. I did like Tucson a lot, and I had met a lot of great people. I had a great community out there. I was working at a yarn shop called Grandma's Spinning Wheel, and so I was working there a few days a week, and also dyeing yarn for them. And so that was really amazing to see yarn that I had dyed up on the shelf, and it was selling, so that was really exciting. So I got a lot of really great experience there. I was also teaching knitting lessons, so really doing what I loved out there, but with ending a relationship, I was considering getting my own apartment out there, but I was missing my family. My cousin just had a baby in July, and I hadn't met her baby yet. She's a baby girl, so I really wanted to spend time with my cousin and her new baby, and the stress of trying to get a place out there on my own and keep doing what I was doing kind of outweighed the desire to be back closer to family and kind of reset myself after going through a tough year and tough breakup. When I first moved out there, for about 6 months, I was working 3 jobs at once. I was working at the yarn shop, and then was also working at a really great tea shop and also a jewelry shop a couple nights a week. So that went all through my weekends. I had those 3 jobs, Friday through Sunday. I was, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of time on weekends to do much other than be at work. And yeah, just it was a really stressful schedule. I did eventually cut it down to just working at the yarn shop and the jewelry shop. I quit the tea shop, even though it was a really great job, but that was what was taking the most time and energy. And I wanted to work at the yarn shop more days a week. Anyway, so that's where I was, and I was really wanting to record episodes and talk about what I was doing, especially with dyeing yarn in a yarn shop. Like, that was something I really would have liked to do more videos about. But once the kind of the weeks were getting away from me and I wasn't recording episodes to put out, I just got really overwhelmed by the prospect of sitting down to do this again, which is really silly, but also, yeah, I hope that's understandable. I feel really terrible that I let it get to this point where it's been so long, and I didn't offer any explanation as to why. So I'm really sorry to all my subscribers and to my viewers and to everybody who has reached out to me. A lot of people have reached out on Ravelry and on Instagram, where I'm also Carlenergy, and have let me know that they missed the podcast, and you've all been commenting on things that I've been posting. I have tried to keep active on Instagram through everything, so I really appreciate everybody who has kept up with me there and left me comments and sent me messages about missing the podcast. That means a lot, and I like I said, I keep trying to sit down and do this, and then for whatever reason I don't end up getting an episode out. So hopefully today is the day, and I can record this and put it up there. I'm actually right now I'm taking a break from working on my Rhinebeck sweater because I will be going to Rhinebeck in a couple days because it's October 17th. I didn't say that at the beginning, I don't think. So yeah, it's Tuesday, October 17th. Rhinebeck is coming up. Basically starts, as I see it, on Friday the 20th, because there's the Needles Up event in Rhinebeck, and then there's the Indian Tangled Trunk Show in Kingston, and I am still trying to finish a sweater for I'm gonna wear it on Saturday at Rhinebeck, hopefully, but I'm really stressed out about it at the moment. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry for that non-structured introduction and explanation. Yeah, I hope that suffices for now. I mean, I'll definitely be talking more about what I've been working on over the past year, because obviously I've been knitting and I've been dyeing yarn, and I want to talk about that more in the coming months as I try to get this podcast up and going again. But for now, this is really, I really want this to be kind of a pre-Rhinebeck episode, because that's what I'm really stressed out about right now. So I had a sweater almost finished that I had started about a year and a half ago, and so that was going to be my Rhinebeck sweater, but then I finished my What the Fade shawl. I did the What the Fade mystery knit along with Andrea Mowry's What the Fade pattern, and I had dyed my own yarn for it. So I dyed 6 skeins of yarn, and I have that almost finished. I haven't made the tassels yet, which if I don't get to making the tassels for it, and the pattern's out and released and revealed at this point, so I hope I'm not revealing any spoilers to anybody at this point, but So yeah, I wanted to wear that because I dyed all the yarn for it. So I guess I'll show you that too now, because all I'm doing is rambling and not showing any actual knitting. So this is my What the Fade. I haven't blocked it yet either. It's Tuesday, guys. What am I doing thinking I'm going to wear this at Rhinebeck and I haven't even blocked it? Gotta get that blocked. But yeah, so this is What the Fade. It was a really nice brioche section into a happy garter stitch section, and it used 6 skeins of yarn. And then, so this is the other side, which I think I might prefer. And the colors are coming out pretty true since I'm outside in natural light. But yeah, so it was a real challenge. I hadn't tried dyeing yarn for a fade yet, so this was my first time trying to do a progressive kind of gradient with 6 skeins of yarn, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It was interesting. I knew I wanted to go from a nice teal into more of a pale speckle with oranges and pinks, and so I kind of got 4 skeins laid out in a nice progression, and then I had to go back and dye in between those, if that makes sense. So I think, yeah, it goes from here into a section with some teal and then more of the burnt orange, and then into a section that has less orange but more pink, and then more teal again, and then on this side, so there was a skein that had mostly just the burnt oranges and very pale pinks, and then a skein that was basically very creamy with just some speckles. So yeah, I think this section here, this skein where it was mostly the burnt oranges with teal, was a skein that I had to kind of go back and fit in 2 other skeins that already would have faded nicely together, but needed something in between, since I needed 6 skeins instead of just 4, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how those faded into each other. I think it was successful, and it matches my hair, which, yeah, so my hair is blue. You're not seeing things, it is blue. I dyed it on Friday the 13th. I had an appointment to get a haircut and decided that I also wanted to dye my hair blue, which I've been wanting to do since I was in high school, and decided that I should do that before I turn 30, which is not to say that people over 30 shouldn't have blue hair, but yeah, it's just something I've wanted to do for a really long time. And so I guess this is bucket list blue, breakup blue. It's blue and it matches my shawl, which was kind of a thing too. I realized that it would be kind of fun and silly to have matching hair with my shawl for Rhinebeck. So hopefully I will get to wear this at least for a little while. It's kind of chilly enough outside here now to put it on. Yeah, I do want to block it so that it drapes a little more, but yeah, it's super cozy. And yeah, I used the size 3 needle, which is what the pattern called for, which I really like because the garter stitch is nice and dense. So yeah, that will make an appearance at Rhinebeck. So then to go with this, I wanted a sweater that kind of coordinated, and so I started a sweater that I've wanted to make for a long time. I've had the yarn for a couple years. It's Skeiny Dipping MCS Luxe Worsted in her mineral colorway, and I'm sorry I didn't bring the label outside, but Skeiny Dipping, amazing hand dyer. Her colorways basically just, they have this glow to them. I don't know how she does it, but it's really beautiful yarn. Yeah, so it's a worsted weight merino cashmere silk blend, and I've just been hoarding it and wanting. I knew it was going to be a Seuss sweater by Nora Gown, but I just haven't cast on yet because I was just working on lots of other things. Take a sip of coffee. So with this shawl being finished and with not really having a Rhinebeck sweater yet, I decided to cast this on. I think on October, it was around October 4th, I think I cast it on, if not later than that. So I've only been working on it for a couple weeks, and it's stressing me out so much because of my own kind of blunder in not checking my gauge very well and not taking into consideration that it calls for a DK weight instead of a worsted, and I'm short on yardage. I really should have, I had 6 skeins of this yarn. I really could have used a 7th, because I think the pattern calls for around 1,300 yards, and I think I have 1,050 yards with the 6 skeins. They come in 195 yards each, and so my first mistake was kind of really checking a gauge swatch very quickly and not very accurately. I'm using a size 7 needle instead of a size 6, because I was hoping to save some yarn just by using a larger needle, and that means that my sweater is going to be about 2 inches bigger around than the smallest size. And I should have cut off some of the width because it would have been really easy to do. So this is the back, which I've finished. It's upside down. So yes, this is the mineral colorway. Look at that. And that's coming out pretty true to color. It's just the variation in each stitch. I mean, it's so pretty. So basically the knitting on this has been amazing because the yarn just feels amazing and I love the color so much, but it's been so stressful because, I mean, it's gonna be really wide and it's supposed to be a big boxy oversized sweater, and I really like how the projects look on Ravelry. Like, everybody's on Ravelry who has made this sweater, it looks really great, but I should have cut down. Like, it would have been so easy to just cast on fewer stitches to make it not as wide. I could have gone in a lot, because first of all, the back took just about all of 3 skeins of yarn, and that was with cutting out a cable repeat. So I cut out an entire cable repeat in order to make it so that I got through the back without having to cut into a 4th skein. So this took 3 full skeins. I only had 6. And then the front, I knew the front wouldn't take as much yarn as the back because the front has a split for the V-neck. But this is the last ball of yarn. I still have to finish the front, and I still need to do the sleeves with like less than 1 ball of yarn. Is that even possible? Am I just kidding myself that this is gonna happen? I'm so stressed. It's so silly. And I mean, my mom saw me stressing out about it this morning, and she said, you know, maybe, this is falling off of me, maybe you should, you know, not worry about finishing it for the weekend. You love the yarn, you really want the sweater to be something that you wear, so you don't want it to be this big thing that you know, this oversized thing that doesn't fit you right and that you'll never wear. So, you know, do I just forget about finishing it for Rhinebeck and redo it, like take it all out and redo it at some point with fewer stitches? I don't know. I really want to have it finished so I can wear it, but if it's not something I like the fit of, then why do that anyway? So my mom's right. But then I just think about how I've already cut ends, and like, because you have to split for the shoulders, so the yarn is cut in places that it didn't need to be if I'm going to start it over. Yeah, so, and you know, yet another lesson of like, check your gauge, people. Don't cast on just because you want to finish a Rhinebeck sweater in like 2 weeks and rush through the measuring process and end up with most of a sweater that's not maybe not going to work. So yeah, so that's another reason why I'm sitting down here and trying to record an episode of a podcast, because I needed to just get away from it, take a break from speed knitting on it for a few minutes. But and the other thing is, yeah, I'm having to modify the neckline, because the neckline actually calls for making much more gradual decreases than I am doing at this point, because I took out that cable repeat on the back, so I'm trying to make the front shorter by getting rid of some of the gradual decreases and just decreasing at a much faster rate. So I don't even know if the neckline's really gonna fit very nicely. So at this point, since I have so much of it done, I think I am going to push through. I'm going to finish the front. I'm going to see how much yarn I have left. My dog is barking at the. Do you hear the squirrels? Yep. There are 2 squirrels running around in the backyard, and my dog, one of my parents' dogs, hears them. Cody, it's okay. You'll get them later. Shh. Shh. Yes, I know. You'll get them later. They'll still be here. So yeah, I'm gonna have less than a full skein of yarn to do 2 sleeves, which I can make the sleeves shorter. They're not very long sleeves anyway. It's not a full-length sleeve sweater. So, and then the shoulders basically become part of the sleeve, since it's a really boxy drop shoulder design. So basically I'm freaking out about it. It might be okay, but it might not fit at all how I'm envisioning, and then I'll be sad. But at this point, I think I should just try to get it finished, and then I can always rip it out and redo it with a million little tiny balls of yarn after Rhinebeck. So that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. Yeah, it's unnecessary stress, which is, you know, really silly, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm trying to have faith in the knitting universe that it will get me through. Yeah, I do like how this shawl looks with my hair. That's kind of fun. Yeah, so I think that's all I'm really going to share with you today. I'm just going to get more rambly. Of course, there's a lot more that I would like to talk about and show you. I've been working on the Speckle and Pop mystery knit along with Stephen West. That's on pause right now. I did start Clue 3, which came out this past Friday, and I think the 4th and final clue comes out, this Friday, but that will be Rhinebeck craziness, so sorry, plane. Yeah, so I've been working on Speckle and Pop, but haven't in a couple of days because I've been trying to finish this disastrous sweater thing. Hopefully it's not a disaster. I'm being very pessimistic about it at the moment because it's very fresh on my mind that I should have done more homework before I dove into it, but I'm really hoping it's going to be okay. And yeah, I want to continue dyeing yarn. I don't know what that's going to look like or what that's going to be, but I have talked to the shop in Tucson where I was working, as well as another one about doing yarn for their shops, some wholesale type orders, and I'm doing research on starting my own online shop and what all that entails. It's super intimidating to me, and there's so many people doing it, and it's really inspiring, but I have a problem with comparing myself to people, which is bad and not productive, but it is something I really would like to do. I don't know what that looks like for me, but since I do have some free time at this point, I will be staying with my parents for the time being. I need to find a job, which I haven't really looked into yet. I'm basically considering October kind of a wash as far as like getting out there and doing things job-wise, since I got back into New Jersey at the beginning of October, October 2nd. I got back to New Jersey, and then it was kind of trying to get into finishing some things to wear to Rhinebeck. I don't know why that's such a stressful thing, but I made it a stressful thing for no reason. And I've been catching up with a lot of friends, which has been really great. And I did meet my baby cousin, and she is adorable. Oh my goodness, I want to hang out with her again very soon. And so it's been really nice to be back close to family and friends, and have some breathing space from kind of a very stressful year. I was basically in Arizona for a full year, from September 23rd until September 25th is when I left. My parents flew out to Tucson, and we drove my car back with a trailer attached to it with all my stuff in it. So we did that, the last week of September, and got back into New Jersey on October 2nd. And so October's kind of been a wash as far as applying for jobs, getting my yarn dyeing stuff going. There's a big space in my parents' garage where we are starting to set up for that. So my parents are really encouraging and excited about me dyeing yarn in the garage. I don't want to say too much right now as whether I'll get a shop going or anything like that, because I really want to do my research and have things more organized before I say too much, I guess. But yeah, it'd be something I would at least like to keep doing as a hobby. So what else? I'm really excited to see everybody in Rhinebeck. I've honestly have been terrible about keeping up a podcast, but since I've been back in New Jersey, I have tried to catch up with a lot of them, and I'm just really excited to see all my New York friends in Rhinebeck. It's going to be very overwhelming, but very exciting to see everybody again. And I'm going to try to be good at Rhinebeck, because with moving back and now not having income at this point, I should be careful about my budget, but I'm also kind of considering a very strict yarn diet in 2018. So Rhinebeck will be the last hurrah, if you will. And it is also my birthday on the Monday right after Rhinebeck. My birthday is October 23rd, so there's that excuse. There are definitely some vendors that I want to check out, especially at Needles Up, since Sucra Miniatures will be there, and I do not have any of her charms yet, so I'm really hoping to be able to purchase one of those. I saw on Instagram today that she will have some apple cider donut charms, and that is one of my favorite things in fall and at Rhinebeck, so hope to get one of those. That would be awesome. Again, I'm so sorry that I've been gone for so long, and thank you to all of you who are still subscribed and are probably surprised that you saw a video pop up from me. And yeah, I'm sorry for such a rambly episode with not a lot of knitting content, but hopefully I can get this going again and do a post Rhinebeck episode, and hopefully happy news about this sweater and not like totally pulling my hair out news about it. It'll be okay. I gotta stop talking badly about it because it's right here. It can hear me. So yeah, that's it. That's all I can say for now. I know I'm leaving stuff out, but hi everybody, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're happy with your knitting and excited about Rhinebeck if you are able to attend this year. I'm really so excited that I can attend this year because I really felt bad missing out last year when I was in Arizona, and knowing that I was going to be able to go to Rhinebeck was a huge part of being excited to come back to New Jersey, because it was a stressful year and it was sad, and I still have a lot of emotional stuff to kind of go through about the whole thing, but I feel good about yeah, just being back closer to home and family and familiar places and things like that. So thank you all, and I will be back soon, and I appreciate all of your support so much, and enjoy your yarn and your knitting. Bye.